Hey up everybody and welcome back. Well, it's still cold, still got snow, still got a little bit of chestiness, but other than that everything is fine. So as you saw last week, we've got our complete rolling chassis. Anything special to say? No, don't think so. I've been bead blasting cases and the cylinder head and stuff like that. So we're going to start on that. So the first thing we've got to do is change these bearings. So we've only got one bearing on this side, which is the gearbox one. I've got a sealed one for that. But this has got some bronze bushes in it which I don't want to drop out, so what I'm going to do is just heat this up, knock that bearing out and knock a new one in. We're going to have to make a piece to go in there to blank that off because there won't be a distributor. But anyway, I've got a lot of cleaning up to do still, so just like with the painting, that'll be time that you sort of don't see. So I meant to redo that bit of bronze. Never mind. I don't like the bronzing to look nasty. You know, we can make it look really nice, but something like that with, I don't think you can see it, but it's the silencer bracket, and I was bronzing up. I didn't do it brilliantly, and I meant to grind it out and redo it, but I forgot. So never mind. Okay, so nothing else to say, just the engine to do. So let's get stuck in with these cases. Then of course what we've got to do is we've got to put this as our alpha roller bearing conversion for the plain bush big end. So we're going to split the crank, put this in, do the sludge trap, all that sort of stuff, press it back together and true it and all that sort of stuff. So let's get stuck in. Right, I thought I'd just start with this one and get it done and out the way. Clean up a couple of threads there. So as I say, I'm not putting this one in the oven. There's a bronze bush there, there's the ones for the crankshaft and the camshaft. I don't want them moving because the whole case is hot. This is in a nice big boss which will expand. That was easy. Right, let me just set this up so I can pop the bearing in, because the bearing's going to go in from this side. Oh, pardon me. Right, I've got it chopped up now, so it should be alright. You may remember we're putting a sealed bearing in this side. I always do that now with the gearboxes. cocked. Let me heat that up some more. There we go. Alright, that's that one in. Let me finish cleaning this up. I've put tape in to cover holes and things, so I've got to get all that out. Get that ready. Right, I've got the drive side half of the crankcases in the oven, heating up to get the old bearing out, put the new one in. So I thought I'd have a quick look at this. So as you know, I have a smaller sprocket for it, and these always, because of, I mean, the blackening isn't a coating as such, it's an oxidation, but even so these things never slide on. So I've been working on the splines, because also this piece didn't fit exactly, so I've just been using stone. I've been going mad with anything rough, so that now goes on. And that goes on, really nice fits. And I looked and I found the thin, did have a thin oil seal, so we're alright. So see, that goes in the centre of that. So we have to split this, and let me move it out of the way. You may remember me telling you a while ago, I think in the summer, that when I was tidying the basement of the house, I came across 3 pieces, 12 inches square of 1/2 inch steel plate. So I made that out of one of them. It's really nice having the plasma cutter. I mean, I don't have a big plasma cutter, and 1/2 inch was about at its limit. But it was so much easier cutting this up. So that goes like that. And 1/2 inch was just nice. That'll go on there. We can put this in the press and press that out. Now we're going to have to press it out to both sides, because we're putting a new one in, which is a shame, because I always, if you just fit in a big end, you can press it out of the side that has got the plug-in and the feed, and you can get it all nicely cleaned out. But anyway, we've got to get that split. I'm going to take that out when I split them, because then I can hold this flywheel nicely in the vise. And you can, I don't know if you can see, it's been popped twice. So we'll get that out and clean all those passageways out. Alright. Alright, so before we put this in the press, we're going to put a couple of marks on to help us line things up when we put it back together. We'll clean that up. Alright, so there we have some lines. Let's put this in the press. Right then, let's see if this will work. I've got you a reasonable distance away. I've got a piece in. And the side, here we go. One time this 1/2 inch plate is bending. I think it is. Good. I have to go back to the old system of just putting it on a couple of parallels. Ah, nothing seems to be moving here. Tighten that up. Yeah, this would be perfect, wouldn't it? The jack giving out on us just when we need to use it. Well, that's getting hard. Oh. Hate this. God. Getting round the side myself. Oh, that does not want to come out of there. Of course, steam shop, you're down in Florida, so we can't put it on your big press. Oh, God, that is in there tight. I think we're actually making the jack leak. I think Mike has a bigger press at his place. Oh, I'm not going there this Friday because I've got an appointment. That was bending things. I can try heating it as long as it doesn't bend the bloody. No. Wow. Let me go and see if that bearing's dropped out yet. Alright. I've got the old race out because you may remember the bearing fell apart. There's the old race. There's the new bearing. So I put it back in to warm it back up. It's hot. Oh, that's how they should go in. Alright. We'll let that cool while I go and have something to eat. And you could do whatever you want. You've got an hour and a half to do it in. Right, so there's a channel called Inheritance Machining which anybody that likes watching machining channels should watch, because the fella is brilliant. He makes the most incredible things, but even more than that, I think he's an engineer. The drawings he does, because he always does drawings rather than CAD, are wonderful. Anyway, the reason I mention him is because when he's doing these things, there's always side projects that he has to do. He gets somewhere, you know, through, and he's got to make a holding piece, a fixture, whatever. So here's side project number 1. I was wondering if these sides were flexing. So one of the 1/2-inch pieces that I cut off the sides, I've welded in there. It shouldn't get in the way of that. Let's have a look. Nope, that's fine. So let's go and give this another go. Right, I think I've got you at a safe enough distance. I've actually put a face shield on this time rather than just safety glasses. This says 12 ton. I mean, I don't know if all of this will take 12 ton of strain. I've thought about buying a bigger one. Alright. God, I think it's bending this. God, Ruth. If a bit of heat will do it any good. Switch you off and I'll try that. Well, I didn't want to heat it up too much. I just thought I might get it to expand a little, but not moving at all. Let's say, taking the mics on Friday. No, I'll have to go and make a special trip down. Go to Dick's, but that's over an hour's drive. Alright, let's get on with something else. Although of course the crank is job 1 literally. Right then, so we have one little bit of good news. When I was rummaging around for stuff, I found the long 5/16 bolt that I made. So that goes up there, right. So that's cooled down. There's that nice new bearing in there. And there's that nice new bearing in there. So I had the oil passageways. I had tape on there, and I had this tube blanked off, and I had tape on there. But what we've got to do is, this is the pressure relief. I've left all that in because it wasn't, with the ends blanked off, it was fine. So we'll take that out, blow all this through, and make sure we can blow all the lines through. I have to put the oil lines on there before we put the engine in, or there isn't enough space to get them in. So do that. What I'll probably do actually is put the oil tank on and do the flexible oil lines, because it'll be a lot easier to get into them while we're there. So let's get this out of here, and I'll get these all blown clear. Now let me bring you in a bit closer there, shall I? Of course, you've gone out of focus, haven't you? Hold on. No, wrong one. There we go. Okay, there's the pressure release. Well, all it is a ball that sits on a concave face in there with a spring. Okay, so as I say, all I'm going to do is, all these were matched up, I'm just going to blow air through them all, make sure everything's alright. Alright then, it's Wednesday morning and it was snowing last night. I had to shovel my way up to the workshop. Anyway, I came in and even when I had my coat on, I thought, let me give this a little pump. And I was doing it and I thought, you know, I don't think there's anything happening here. So I took the drain plug out, got some more hydraulic oil, and I was able to put a lot pardon me, I was able to put a lot of oil in this. So I thought, let me give it another go. You missed the exciting bang, but it's starting to move. Oh, frog in my throat. So I think, let's see what happens. That is moving. Oh yes. There it goes. Well, would you believe it? I should have thought of that, shouldn't I? Put a bit, check the oil. Right, so there's the first one out. You switch you off a moment. Right, so that should come off there. There it is, and there. God, look how thin that bronze bush is. No wonder these things didn't last. Alright, there's the conrod off. Let's see if this one's as hard to get out. There we go. Ooh, getting some pressure on now. Real pressure now. Oh dear. Actually, I'll tell you what I did try with this. It's what I knocked off yesterday. When I did, was it AGS or matchless? It was a matchless 500 a few years ago. I got talking to a chap down in Mississippi or somewhere. He was like about 90-year-old and he used to race matchlesses in the days, they say. We were talking and I was telling him how difficult it was to press the crank pin out, and he said, oh, we never did that. You shock it out. You put it on your thing and everything, put your piece on and just give it a good belt with a big hammer. And I did try that last night, but nothing seemed to happen, so maybe it jogged it loose. We'll give it one more pull and then I'll try that. Oh, no, that isn't moving at all. Well, you see how much that moved? God. Alright, turn you off again. Well, we'll give this a try. I don't know if this is really a heavy enough hammer. gave the other one 2 belts. Well, nothing seemed to happen, did it? Let's put it back in the press. Right, I put you back at a safe distance again. Maybe that does work. We'll have to remember that for future use, as they say. There we go. Alright, next thing, this is the sludge trap. Right, so I've got this in the vise and a couple of soft jaws. I've just warmed it up, not so much to sort of ease it out, as this has been stood for God knows how many years with some oil in it, probably on, maybe on the threads. So as I heated it up, it started to bubble out. I just wanted to make sure there wasn't any waxy stuff in there. So let's just, first of all, pop a drill in these. Just to ease them. Actually, I don't think there's going to be much problem because they're nowhere near the thread. Now then, as you know, in the past we've had problems getting these out, particularly old ones. Oh! Told you that wasn't popped in much, didn't I? Alright, very good. Let me switch you off and go and get a light. Okie dokie. Can you see that? That is just simply solid. Right up to the bottom of the plug. That entire sludge trap. Well, no, I can't say that because the idea of the sludge trap is to throw it down this passage, so it might just be, well, don't waffle on, Michael. Let's check. No, it's not full all the way, but there's a lot in there. It's about half full. Well, let me move you around slightly so you're not in a direct line. Alright, see if I can cover up the holes. Oh no, there's 4 holes. I'm not going to be able to cover them all up. Oh, of course, it doesn't feed through the end, does it? It's not a quill end, it actually feeds through these holes. You ready? There's a big chunk came out of there. Alright. Let me clean this out. So I've cleaned the plug up, and all of that is just what came out of the hollow part of the plug. So I'm going to there's nothing wrong with this. I'm going to put this back in. Look, see there, there's virtually nothing in the way of punching out to close up the... It's the slightest little bulge. See, it isn't even in the threads. Normally it's to block the threads, but here it's just to make this diameter slightly more. So what I'm going to do is put some Loctite on this, put it back in, and then we'll press on with the conrod. So now we need to get the bronze bush out of here so that the new thing will go in. So go on there. That is going to go on there. Oh, there's no nice flat surfaces on this. Ooh. Well, I was hoping that would work because it was the right size, but it's not strong enough. It was just a brass flange and it's bending it, so I've got to find a little bit of something solid. Okay. Attempt number 2. So I found a nice bit of steel in amongst the scrap here. But I haven't got much to press on, so I've got to make it a really close. These things are in tight, aren't they? That was just the right fit for in that. Okay. So, hopefully our new big end fits in that. It'll have to be pressed in, but that should be a bit easier. Alright, so I measured these and it seems to be about a 1.5 thou press fit, and I don't have to worry about fitting things in. Everything's flat, so all I've got to do is make sure it goes in square. Of course, if this needs honing, we're in trouble again, because I get them honed at steam shops. Right, that seems good. Let's go over here. Or go over there, I should say. Let's see what we shall see. That's the old one. There's the new one with its caged roller. That's going to need honing. Guessed as much, they always do. Okay, let's give Dick a call. I'm not sure whether he's got that type of horn or not. Right, so I've just had a pork pie for my lunch. Linda found somewhere that does pork pies. It's a sort of English bakery. Alright, phone Dick. Dick has a honing machine. Not only that, but he went and checked, and the honing machines, it's not like the sort of sprung ones you see. It's a biggish machine, and the horn sticks out horizontally, and they're actually on an arbor, and the centre of the arbor expands. There's a dial that you turn, and you get different sized arbors. So luckily he had the right sized arbor to do that big end. So I'm going to go down there on Friday. So in the meantime, I thought I'd machine this. But checking it out, when I put that on there, see there, that's the one that came off. So you see how it's recessed? Whoops, wrong side. See how it's recessed? That goes round this. See? And then there's plenty of room for the primary chain. So I just put a primary chain on this, and I need, I don't know, 100 and something thou clearance. So it just suddenly struck me, that's really too much for the, I don't know if these are different, it seems to be a bit much for that thin oil seal. But when I bought the bearings, the main bearing is the same size as the gearbox bearing, and the place I got them from only had the shielded type. So I just took the shielding off this bearing. But it suddenly struck me, you know, leave the shielding on the outside, and then the bearing will still get oiled on this side the way it normally would, and then I don't need to put an oil seal in. The shield actually slips underneath here. I was able to just flex it, so it won't even blow out. It's not as if the crankcase pressure will blow it out. So that's fine. And don't forget, like with the B50, the B50 breathes into the chain case. There are two holes with little, well, quite large holes, with a wire mesh over them. So everything will be fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this in the mill and mill a good bit of this off. And we'll keep trying it with that, with a primary chain, to see what's what. So let me go and set it up. Right, so that's set up there. And because the shield's in, I'm not worried about any swarf going into there. I hope none of that went in your eyes. Okay, now then. That goes on there. Ooh, I'll take another few thou off. Don't really want to take much more off. Take another 20 thou off. I was trying to do it too fast there, my brain couldn't keep up with it. Okay. Then I'll blow it the other way back down. And yes, that's nice. Perfect. All right. This is going to be the end of the video because tomorrow I'm out. Well, you know, I've got a thing at the hospital tomorrow, and then a thing at the hospital on Friday, and I've got to go to Dick's, and I'm going to have to spend some time on the tractor. We've had nothing but snow. So that'll be it for this week. So until next week, you stay safe and enjoy yourselves.